Diddy's attorney used his final words to the jury to tell them that Casie is not a victim. In fact, Mark Agnifilo kept repeating it over and over throughout his closing argument, saying that you've heard people say, Casie is a victim, Casie is naive. That was his tone of voice. But then he went on to say, Casie is no joke. Casie is no one's fool. In fact, she's his match. And he said today Casie is living it up somewhere, sitting on $30 million. He went on to say that Casie sued him for $30 million because she knew he had $30 million. And out of all the people involved in this trial, no one called the government. The government took it upon themselves to investigate Diddy. But he said, like Casie, a lot of them called civil attorneys. He then went on to say, I don't know where Jane is today. She testified against him. That's a nice house that she has. I hope she's chilling in that nice house. Back to Casie, Mark Agnifilo said a few times that Diddy and Casie really loved each other and that their relationship was the opposite of Rico. He subtly said that it all started when they first met. She was dating a man who was 10 years older than her and that she cheated on him to be with Diddy. He then brought up Kid Cudi using his own words, saying she played him and she played Sean too. I think it's important to point out that the defense had a completely different tone and strategy during the cross-examination of Casie. If you remember, this was week 1. She was 8.5 months pregnant. During her cross-examination, the defense would only slyly bring things up or hint at things, but today the gloves were off. Agnifilo brought up the burner phone that she bought while dating Kid Cudi, saying, woo, she bought a burner phone. And said that Casie wasn't scared of Diddy, she was keeping it gangsta. And that drew a few laughs in the courtroom. He said to keep things secret, she once booked 2 hotel rooms, one for the freak off and the other for the burner phone. Y'all, I'm not even exaggerating, I'm just trying to imitate his tone. Agnifilo also brought up her looks quite a bit, at one point saying, God bless her, that's a beautiful, sexy woman. Adding that when Casie and Diddy split, she started dating Michael B. Jordan, saying, that's like the most handsome man ever. And then he brought up an exchange where Mia told Casie to leave Diddy, and Casie said, who else am I gonna find? Jay-Z's already taken. And from what I understood, he brought that up to show what kind of caliber of men that she was going after, or the kind of level she was at. And then I noticed at that particular point that one expressive juror was smirking and nodding her head. Agnifilo also described Casie as a woman who loved sex, and then said, good for her. Now, I think Agnifilo took a risk with this strategy because at times, while he had the jurors cracking up, other times, some things came off cringe. Like when he was talking about Capricorn Clark and said, I don't know about you, but something seemed a little off about that woman. Now, I can't speak for the jury, but I did see a few side eyes, and the woman next to me was like, I can't believe he said that.